Does AC gravity exist? If so, what shows it does? One clear instance that shows AC gravity exists is the Bose-Einstein condensate. This would leave Albert Einstein's theory of relativity intact. When one speaks of AC gravity, Ningli is one of the people that comes to mind. But we'll come back to her later. Two important things to know about the Bose-Einstein condensate is the fermion condensate and the Higgs boson. The Higgs boson is the part within an atom that tells the atom what the mass should be. The fermion condensate is a collection of electrons, or any type of fermion for that matter, on the lowest energy state, so the state closest to the atom's nucleus. And it's usually more than one fermion at this state, which doesn't naturally occur. A fermion condensate is directly connected to the Bose-Einstein condensate, which is an exotic state of matter. It's a large quantum particle, which is a collection of particles acting as one large particle. This occurs due to the expansion of the Higgs boson's field of influence, with a reduction of gravity and the propagation of an electromagnetic field, which is directly connected to the gravitational field of an atom. This was observed by a handful of scientists, two well-known, Eugene Pavlov and Dr. Ningli. This shows that gravity and electromagnetic fields have a direct correlation. Ningli, who passed on in 2021, had a string of interesting occurrences after her rediscovery of AC gravity in 1991. She stated that rotating ions could create a gravito-magnetic effect if they were spinning perpendicular to their spin axis. This could be done only by trapping superconductor ions in a lattice structure. This can result in the device being either repulsive or attractive. In Dr. Ningli's last research paper, it stated that the device had a 0.5 to 2.1 gravital reduction. The paper stated that there would be research into a rotating model, and then there was nothing for an extended period of time. This extended period of silence right after this groundbreaking discovery riled up a lot of curiosity in people. Everyone was wondering, where did Dr. Ningli go? One such person who brought it to the attention of a lot of people was Tim Ventura. He came to discover that she was working for the Department of Defense, and she was well and in good health, followed by more silence. And then she emailed a colleague letting them know that she got an 11 kilowatt effect. Everyone brushed this statement, as if it was meaningless. She got a grant from the Department of Defense for $500,000. When an individual works for the government, they cannot openly talk about their work. If they do, there will be problems. One of the people who know about such problems would be Edward Snowden. Ask him, how well is that going for him? See, Ningli said herself, this information should be for the people. She said an 11 kilowatt effect. 11 kilowatts. She had 2% at 100 watts, and she emailed her colleague to tell her that she got an 11 kilowatt effect. That should be a 20% decrease in gravito-magnetic fields at 11 kilowatts. I would be assuming that this was done with a non-rotating model. Now just imagine what the decrease in gravital magnetic reduction would be with a rotating model. Before Dr. Ningli did her last research paper and disappeared, the following questions were asked about her 1997 research paper.
T is time.
And the following
A
was
is
said.
the magnetic vector field. Okay.
Proportionally, at what distance does the 2% gravity fade out so you're back to normal?
Okay, according to the papers, all of the superconductor up the space, even the second floor, they can measure it. So that's the inertial frame is really very, very high. And above second floor, they say they couldn't measure it.
That's pretty high proportionally, isn't it?
His experimental, he took out the superconductor dust out. That's anything running. There's no this effect. They put the superconductor back, no energy source.
She based her AC gravity experiments off of an experiment made by a scientist known as Eugene Pavlov, who was discredited, called a fringe scientist, and never had his results seen when reproduced by others who did not follow the same methods he did to produce such results. Go check the information about his experiments. Either the people did not even complete the experiment fully, or they just didn't replicate the results correctly. Like, why would you try to recreate a scientific experiment that have the steps written out for you, which you're supposed to do, and not do it correctly? That's like building a car, not putting an engine in it, and then wondering why it doesn't start. Like, it's just backwards. Or you complete half the experiment would be the equivalent of getting in the car and not turning the key to start it and just say the car doesn't work. Well, that's all I gotta say about that. Anyways, but not only was he pushed from the public sector into the private sector, many other well-known and recognized scientists supported his work. One person that seemed to stick out whenever the words anti-gravity is searched on Google is the inventor Salvatore Cezar Pais. This is the device he patented. I'm pretty sure you can't patent devices that don't work. Or maybe the patent office just doesn't know that it doesn't work. But there are research papers showing that it does work, such as this paper right here, along with the 1997 paper by Dr. Ningli. But hey, with that all said, is AC gravity possible? Or is it fiction with a peer-reviewed paper and real-time evidence? You decide. Comment what you think. Do you think it's true or false? Oh yeah, my next video is going to be on quantum crafts and what properties they possess. Till then, peace.
Online experimental result, then establish this theory. When this theory accepted by the society, then we can think of how to increase the effect to the anti-gravity to the commercial use yet. My situation is still in the controversial. I'm not